Have you ever matched with someone, spent 3 days texting like you've known each other forever, felt that rush when the three dots appear, and then radio silence, ghosted? You refresh the chat. Nothing. You check if they are online. They are, and something inside you shrinks. You're not crazy. You're not too sensitive. What you just experienced wasn't bad luck. It was engineered by apps, by psychology, by a system that profits when you stay single, anxious, and scrolling. Tonight, we're going deep into the parts of modern dating nobody wants to say out loud, not because they're evil, but because once you see them, you can't unsee them. Stick around until the end, because the last truth is the one that actually sets you free. Let's begin. If you're watching this, chances are you've felt it. Dating today feels harder than it's ever been, even though we have more options than any generation in history. We went from meet someone at the bar to choose from 50 million profiles, and somehow we're lonelier than ever. Harvard studies, UCLA loneliness reports, the numbers are brutal. Gen Z is having less sex than any generation in a century. 30% of men under 30 report zero sexual activity in the past year. Marriage rates are collapsing. Birth rates are in freefall. And the dating apps? They're worth $12 billion. They're winning. So what the hell is going on? Here are the 7 uncomfortable psychological truths about modern dating that nobody dares talk about. Truth number 1, the paradox of choice kills commitment. In 2000, psychologist Barry Schwartz published a study called The Paradox of Choice. He proved that when people have too many options, they become paralyzed and deeply dissatisfied with whatever they eventually pick. Dating apps didn't just give us options, they gave us infinite options. Every swipe reminds you there might be someone hotter, funnier, richer, just one more swipe away. Psychologists call this option attachment. You're not dating the person in front of you. You're dating the shadow of 10,000 people you haven't met yet. That's why even when you find someone amazing, a tiny voice whispers, "Is this really the best I can do?" It's not you. It's math. Too many choices. Permanent doubt. Truth number 2, apps are designed like slot machines. Open Tinder. What do you see? Bright colors, instant feedback, variable rewards. That's not an accident. That's a casino. Behavioral psychologist Natasha Dow-Schull studied slot machine addicts for years. She found the most addictive machines aren't the ones that pay out the most. They're the ones that pay out just enough to keep you pulling the lever. Dating apps use the exact same intermittent reinforcement schedule. Most matches go nowhere, but every once in a while you get a great conversation, a date, sex, a relationship, just enough dopamine to keep you addicted. The average user checks Tinder 11 times a day. Hinge users open the app 6 to 8 times a day. That's not dating. That's gambling with your self-esteem. Truth 3. Your brain on validation is literally a drug. Every time someone swipes right on you, your brain releases a tiny hit of dopamine, same chemical as cocaine. Every new message dies another hit. Dr. Anna Lemke, Stanford addiction specialist, says dating apps hijack the exact same reward pathway as Instagram likes and heroin. The difference? Heroin is illegal. This is marketed as finding love. Over time, your baseline dopamine drops. Real-life interactions, slow, awkward, human, feel boring by comparison. You start chasing the next notification instead of the person sitting across from you. You're not shallow. You're dopamine bankrupt. Truth number 4, the top 10% rule, hypergamy on steroids. Let's talk about something that makes people angry. On dating apps, women rate 80% of men as below average attractiveness. Why? Because apps let women see the top 10-20% of men instantly. 6'2", shredded, great jawline, travel photos in Bali. Most normal guys never even get seen. Result? The top 10% of men get 90% of the attention. They date rotationally, multiple women at once, because why commit when the supply is endless? The bottom 80% of men get almost nothing. Frustration, resentment, all women are shallow forms. Meanwhile, women complain, all the good men are taken or players. Both sides are telling the truth. The marketplace is broken. Truth 5. We've outsourced intuition to algorithms. Think about how people used to fall in love. You met through friends, work, church, hobbies, someone vetted, shared values. You saw them angry, drunk, kind to waiters. Now, we let an algorithm decide who's compatible based on 3 photos, a 40-character prompt, whether you both liked The Office. We've replaced real human judgment with a black box score, and we wonder why 70% of app dates feel off in person. Truth number 6. Ghosting is the new normal, because rejection costs nothing. In 1950, if you wanted to reject someone, you had to look them in the eye and say it. That social cost kept people decent. Today, blocking someone costs less effort than typing, "I'm not interested." So we disappear. Psychologists call this costless exit. When leaving has zero social penalty, people leave constantly. The average person now gets ghosted 3 to 5 times before a single real date. We're training an entire generation that relationships are disposable, and then we act shocked when nobody wants to commit. Truth number 7, the uncomfortable way out, the one nobody talks about. Here's the truth that will piss off both the red pill crowd and the just love yourself crowd. Modern dating is broken, but the apps didn't break it alone. We broke it together. Because deep down, a lot of us don't actually want a relationship right now. We want the feeling of being wanted, without the risk of being hurt. We want sex without strings, attention without effort, validation without vulnerability. The apps just gave us the perfect tool to get exactly that and pretend it's someone else's fault when we're lonely at 2 a.m. The actual solution, quiet, sincere. So what do we do? 1. Delete the apps for 90 days. Cold turkey. Your brain needs to detox. 2. Go where real people are, repeatedly. Climbing gym, language class, church, volunteering. Places you go 2 to 3 times a week so people see the real you over time. 3. Learn to be bored again. Sit with the discomfort of not having 47 people texting you. That boredom is where real desire is reborn. 4. Date like it's 2005. One person at a time. No overlapping. No roster. Radical respect creates radical attraction. 5. Accept that the right person will not feel exciting 100% of the time. Real love feels like peace with occasional fireworks, not constant fireworks. You were never the problem. The game was rigged. But games can be quit. And when you step outside the casino, you'll be shocked how many people have been waiting for someone willing to play a different game. If this video hit hard, do 3 things. Like it, so the algorithm shows it to someone who needs it. Comment the harshest truth you've learned about modern dating. I read every single one. And subscribe, because next week we're talking about the psychology of why you keep attracting the same toxic person and how to finally break the pattern. You're not alone in this. See you in the next one.